I wanted to ask you, this is what I was wondering, and I never really got it. We don't talk as much as we used to, but because we're both busy. But when you went with Ramy overseas, okay, I want to get it. I want people to understand the magnification or the magnitude, I guess is the right word I'm using, of what Ramy is to these people in the Middle East. Like what kind of like I mean, you're well known, but Ramy's like a celebrity there, right?
Over there, they give me the fucking phone to take a picture.
Seriously, I mean, he's like a mega celebrity over there, right?
He's a rock star.
It's crazy.
He's a rock star, not only in the fitness industry, everywhere. I mean, people that don't even fucking work out know who he is.
So when you're walking around there with him, do people come up to him and like mob him?
All the time. He can't fucking move.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, and you know how he is. He will never say no to a picture.
No, I know.
When one has the balls to ask him for a photo, and then everybody else is coming now. Yeah, he takes pictures. You know, so it's awesome. It's even worse in Egypt.
Well, that's his home. That's his home country. Yeah.
In Egypt, we couldn't even drive on the freeway. They were coming with cars next to us.
Really?
Recognize them in the car, and they would take pictures from the car and make selfies driving and taking pictures at the same time.
He's like I try to explain this to people, and I don't think they understand. That's why I wanted you to tell people, because you were there. It's like he's like Brad Pitt, you know, that kind of popularity, right?
Yes. Oh, yes. Every little kid in Egypt knows who he is, and they all know this one picture. When the little kids say "do Ramy," that's what they do. Yeah, that's why he doesn't go anywhere. He can't go. He can't even take his kids to the mall. He always has to have people. Right. You know, most of the time have people. You know, go do the things that he needs to do, shopping and stuff like that. Because, like I said, we even at the gas station, fucking trying to pump gas. It's crazy.
Now, when you're that popular in a country, all right. I mean, let's face it. Right, Ramy makes money from bodybuilding, but he doesn't make a lot of money from bodybuilding. Does the country? Does he have? In other words, does he have ability to make extra money there just from being a celebrity?
Yeah, I think those are questions for him to answer. You know, I don't want to.
Well, I'm just saying. You see, I mean, does he have this? Like the government? Do they hire him like to go places and
Yeah,
pay
he
him?
does a lot. He does a lot of stuff.
Okay.
He does a lot of stuff. He does a lot of stuff. Commercials and movies.
Right, so it pays for him to live there because he has a lot more opportunities, obviously.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Here, they'd probably tell him, you know, go pump the gas for me. You know, they don't give a shit in the United States about bodybuilders. They think we're like second-class citizens.
That's what I said. I said it every time. I said if the Mr. Olympia would be somewhere else, let's say Egypt, and an American would win the Olympia, he would fly back home. They would fucking check his bags at the airport.
You know, I actually said I think they should. What do you think about that? I think they should hold the Olympia overseas. I think the Middle East would be great because they would roll the red carpet out like they were holding the Super Bowl there. You know?
Yeah, but there'd be no girls in the audience. Come on now.
That might be better for some of the bodybuilders.
You couldn't have any. You couldn't have any females in bikini on stage.
Well, maybe if you held it like in Dubai or Qatar, you know, they're a little more progressive.
I don't know about Qatar, but you would have to go somewhere where they allow females show some skin.
Right, Dubai. I mean, I went to the mall there. I mean, they had like Santa Claus in the mall. Yeah.
Dubai is open. I see more butt cheeks in Dubai than I see over here. I kid you not. I've seen girls walk around in pants so hot it was on fire.
Dubai is like. Have you ever been to Macau in China?
No.
Macau is like they got the same hotels they have in Vegas there. It's like Las Vegas for China. That's like the Dubai is that way for the Middle East. Like it's like the Las Vegas of the Middle East.
Right. No. Yeah, Dubai is Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Just maybe a little bit upper class.
Yeah, right. It might even be higher class than Vegas. You're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
You know, every woman wears a Gucci bag, or you know, it's normal. Shit, it was so normal. I had me fucking walking around the mall buying Gucci bags.
Oh, really? Huh? All right.
And I bought myself a pair of red bottom shoes, so that I remember wearing them at the Olympics.
Oh my God! Holy mackerel! All right.
Slip and slide right up in there.
You know, the best thing I think that the reason I'm bringing all this up is not just to entertain people who are watching, but to let people know that Ramy has a lot of distractions when he's overseas, but where he lives, because he's just too popular. And I think the best thing that you guys ever did was to bring him over here for the last, 4 to 6 weeks before the show. So there's no distractions. Because like I said, no one gives a shit about Ramy here. Aside from a few, superstar fans in the gym, most people will leave him alone. And that gives him the ability to really focus on the goal of getting ready to be the best at the Olympia. What changed from last year to this year? Because Ramy is looking unbelievable, and he's been looking good for many, many weeks now.
I think what changed was that
we lost you there.
That he was training the whole year.
Ah, okay.
So he went literally the day after the Olympia last year. He was back in the gym training.
Right.
And he kept that up throughout the year, and he stayed on his diet, and he was just, he was just working, instead of, like he did from 2020 to 21, not doing nothing for like 7 months.
Right. It almost seems though that Ramy has a new invigoration about bodybuilding. It seemed like he kind of and I don't know, I could just be misinterpreting the signs, but it seemed like he almost was I don't know if I really want to do this much longer. And now he seems like completely recommitted. What changed?
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, he had a phase last year, before last year's Olympia, where he was done.
Yeah.
It was a lot of personal stuff was going on. So it was a combination of everything.
Gotcha.
All that success at one point. If you go from zero to hero, it sounds great for us.
Yeah.
But it's not really. It's because you realize how hard some of these celebrities have to do normal, average, Joe things.
Right.
Sometimes you can't, especially when depending on where you live, and and there was too much, personal stuff going on that went wrong, and that was he was at a point was like, you know what, I'm done.
Right.
And this year was the total opposite. Everything was somewhat in order. Everything went smooth, and we all know he married again, and
yeah.
So I guess it's going good.
How many wives are you allowed to have over there? 2 or 3?
I'm not sure, but I think it's 4.
Oh, 4. Okay.
Yeah.
Personally, I think one's is a lot to handle in general, but hey,
hey, listen. Hey, more power to him if he could.
Yeah.
I know I couldn't.
No, me neither. Dennis, I value your opinion because you know what? You're a straight shooter and you don't sugarcoat things. When you look at Ramy now, I'm only looking at Instagram pictures, so I don't see. You're seeing the guy in person. Is there any way anyone could beat this guy? To me, he looks unbeatable at this point. Be honest with us.
What you want me to say?
No, I want you to say he's the best he's ever been, if he is.
Listen, I tell you this. And I've been saying this for how long? That if he's not 100%, there's 6, 7 guys that are going to beat him.
Yeah.
So he's not that superior, like some people want to make him out to be. If he's not on, especially this year, if he's not on, there's plenty of people that can beat him. And we've seen it for 7, 8 years. Bonac, Dexter, all these guys, it doesn't matter if they have the size or not. It just matters bringing the package. And I've been saying this since 2013. If he ever puts it together, then it's game over for people.
Sure.
And we saw that in 2020, Was he 100%? Probably not. But for him, that was his absolute best.
Yeah.
And, he won the Olympia from the minute he walked out on stage.
Yeah.
The first comparison was enough for everybody to see who's winning this Olympia in 2020. I'm talking about 2020, not last year.
Right.
Okay. So there we saw, how good he is when he's on. And then last year he was not as good as he was in 2020. I agree. And but he still won. So, Friday was close. I guess it was 1 point between him and Brandon. And Saturday he slammed the door shut. By dropping, how
many pounds?
He dropped like 6, 7 pounds from Friday to Saturday. Because on Saturday, he was 279.
Oh, really? Which is what we always said. We always said 280 was a good weight for Ramy, in there.
Yeah, but people don't know that that was his lightest. He was almost the same weight as he was at the New York Pro in 2013.
Wow, that's crazy.
Because there he was 275. I remember. I put him on the scale.
Right, but he was harder here than he was at that show, I think.
Yeah. But you know, and the thing is, from last year, from 2020 to 21, since he didn't train, you know, once he decided to do it, you know, it's like 3.5 months, maybe not even 4 months before the Olympia.
Sure.
So let's go. So he didn't have the time to put on the weight that he needs to put on before he starts dieting. So he basically went right into a contest prep.
Right.
You know?
Gotcha.
And therefore he never got that heavy. And when they put him on the scale last year at the press conference, he was in a suit and shoes.
Right.
At 303. You know damn well that he didn't weigh 303.
The suit itself probably weighed 5 pounds, you know.
But people are like, oh, Ramy's still 303 pounds. No, come on, guys. You know, at the end of the day, so and then fast forward to now, you know, he was able to bring his weight. He could get his weight up to way over 150 kilos. We're talking like in the 40s, 340s, almost 350. And then he was at a good weight. He was, when I was over there in Dubai, he was 335, 337, somewhere there. And he was already in great shape.
Right.
So it's something that I haven't seen from him at this weight, you know?
Right.
And I got to tell you this. This is what I see. When he's bigger, he flows better.
Yeah, because he's got great shape.
Yeah, he flows better. Right now, you know, because I get some messages from people saying, oh, some people saying his legs are down. Hey, for years, everybody complained his legs are too big.
They were too big. Yeah, they were too big.
So if his legs are down, doesn't that mean it's a good thing? If they really were down?
Right.
Everybody will see how down they are when he steps on stage. Just to make that clear.
Yeah.
But right now, it seems to, man, I look at him and I see him every day. I look at him and I'm like, he flows better. He doesn't have that overpowering lower body compared to the upper body, because his upper body looks like it's gotten wider. You know, his lat spread, especially his rear lat spread, is front and rear. It's back to where it was in the beginning.
Right. Which
means when I look at his lat spread from last year, it was half of Ramy. But now his lat spread, I swear to God, his lat spread it's exactly what I said in 2013 when I was sitting in the audience and said, when he turns around for his back double rear lat spread, I said, now watch this. This is going to be like a 747 jumper. You know, that's exactly where he's at right now. So, you know, I think he's in the perfect place.
Right.
And
what does he weigh?
And he's condition-wise, he's on point right now. And I'm talking about now. I'm not saying what's going to happen on the 16th and 17th, because, you know, Chad's in control of that. Right now, he is better than he was in 2020.
What does he weigh right now?
305.
Okay. So he's going to be in the high 290s probably on stage, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. But then again, it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, what's important is that he nails the condition and that he's going to be able to hold his poses. That's it.
Sure.
Because I think there's going to be a shitload of comparisons this year.
Oh, yeah. I have a question. We're going to talk about the other guys in a second, but here's my question to you. Where does Ramy weigh himself? Because you can't buy a bathroom scale. You know, they don't go there.
We have scales here. We got 3 scales.
Yeah? Like what kind? Like a
he steps on 2, 1 foot on each. No.
Yeah. I'm wondering. I know the bathroom scales only go for 300 pounds.
One and 140 on the other one. No.
People are gonna believe you probably from saying
no. We got kilo scales and the pound scales, so we good. Right.